Hello, it's the 60-second update again already. Three things for you this week. The first is the Eiffel Tower melting, sort of. Second, digital identity wallets. And the third is the Velvet Sundown. First is the news that the Eiffel Tower had to shut for several days this week due to extreme temperatures in Paris, but also across Europe and certainly in the UK. It's a trend that we've seen and I've talked about a few times on these videos, whereby we really need to think the implications of climate, extreme temperatures, both hot and cold for travel businesses. And if you haven't started thinking about this long-term impact on your travel company, maybe time to start thinking about that. Second thing is the digital identity wallets. Never heard of it? No, okay, well, most people haven't. But from December 2026, anyone traveling within the EU with an EU passport will be able to travel without needing a physical passport, but with a digital one if they so wish. If you want to book a hotel, if you want to book a flight, if you want to book a train, you don't need a physical piece of paper. The UK, obviously not in the EU, from 2027 will probably be following suit. Again, shows a really good trend and digital enablement for identification, technology not necessarily being aware or consumers not being aware. So hopefully this helps. The third thing this week, talking about verification identification, is a band called the Velvet Sundown. Never heard of them? They didn't even exist until about a week ago, but since they went on Spotify, they've had 700,000 plays of their music, largely because I think they are AI. Sadly, these bands are cropping up more and more, but it does mean their platforms will not be paying an artist or royalties. They can keep more money for themselves while keeping the listeners in a nice cozy bubble of music that they really like but isn't real. This music is actually fairly good, but it's a bit of a worrying trend for me in terms of where we are heading for music artistry and the medium. So have a listen, see what you think, leave a comment below. I'd be interested in your thoughts. That's it for me. See you next time.